Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. This video is being filmed on the 14th of April, but will be coming up somewhere around the 26th of May, 28th of May, so well ahead. But yeah, obviously I'm going to be having a couple of weeks while I'm away, so I won't be doing any stuff. That's why I'm trying to get all these filmed. Obviously I'll be back by the time this comes up. So yeah, beer we are looking at is, I think it's the final beer from this brewery that I picked up while I was in Poland, in Krakow in January. Believe it or not, all them many moons ago, 16th of January. Picked it up at the airport on the way back, Krakow airport. And it was 4 beers from this brewery. I saw in a fridge. They come in at about £3 a pop, and I believe this is the last one from them. And it's from Browar, Zamkowy, Cieszyn, and this is a bottle of their double IPA, 500ml. Beautiful labels. I do like them, like the colour on that. 500ml bottle coming in at a whopping 8% ABV. There is the crown, if you can see it. There we go. Might not be able to see it. Shit light. And like I say, this was about £3 for the bottle. Looks like they've been going since 1846. What have I thought of their beers? Trying to think what I had now. I had a Pilsner, a lager. Can't remember the other one. And this is a double IPA, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to get it cracked open, and we're going to see what it tastes like. Hopefully the picture's all right. I'm messing around with the light. So we'll get it cracked open, just come out the fridge. I don't have a Cieszyn glass, so it's going in the white hag glass. I'm expecting this to be along the lines of a supermarket sort of double IPA rather than a thick hazy one. But we shall see. Which one did I do? I've done one from another brewery that was picked up from a supermarket, and that was fantastic. That was a double New England IPA, 6.9%. That was fantastic. Hopefully this is going to be a belt or two. It's looking exactly what I sort of expected, going more sort of along the lines of a double IPA, probably more in strength rather than sort of like hazy and juicy. Supermarket sort of stuff. But is this going to be really good? This will be the interesting thing. So beer in a glass, a deep amber looking colour with a slight haze to it. We got a few bubs going up, not too many, and a slightly, it's not pure white head, but it's a slightly off white head. Almost got like maybe a multi tinge in it, if you like, I don't know. Compact head though, but it looks really decent. I can't read now on the label, so if any of you want to pause that and do your Polish thing, feel free. Right, let's give it a swirl. Have a sniffers. Yes, it's really sort of got that traditional sort of feel, I would say. Malty, slightly sweet, hoppy. Pleasant, not a massive amount going on in there. There's certainly no strong boozy note either. It just smells quite, there's maybe a caramel note in there. I would say I picked up then a caramel note, very sort of traditional sort of double IPA sort of thing, I would say. Malty, caramel, slight sweetness on the nose. I wouldn't really say there's any sort of fruity notes going on for me. Yeah, smells all right. It smells like a big malty number, and when you look at it, you would sort of expect that, wouldn't you? So let's give the bottle a swirl. I don't suppose there'll be much more haziness, if any, going in there. There's a little bit left in there, but it looks a fine beer. Browar, Zamkowy, Cieszyn, and their double IPA, 8% ABV. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's a nice beer. That's a pleasant beer. It's certainly not along the lines of the double IPAs that I'm a massive fan of. So the big juice bombs, they're my sort of thing. But it's a nice double IPA. it's basically, for me, it's basically a ramped up IPA. You know, a standard IPA been ramped up to 8%. But my word, there's not a massive amount going on, but it's very decent at the same time. Let's go in again. What I will say, it's got a weighty body to it. It's very, very smooth. Minimal carbonation, which is going to aid that mouthfeel, that smoothness. It does feel very traditional. It feels very sort of English. I mean, to me, in a way, it sort of feels like something like, how can I put it? What's that one that Marston's do, the IPA? Old something. I can't think what it's called now. It's about 5.7%. But it sort of feels like a stronger version of that. So the body's lovely, carbonation is nice, really smooth, lovely mouthfeel as well. Great body on it. Taste note wise, it's very much malt forward for me. Well, I say malt forward. It's very much a malty beer, as you'd expect from the colour, like I said. But what I'm picking up from it now is very much a West Coast feel. I'm getting that citrus note. I'm getting that sort of orange thing. For me, when I first drunk it, what I felt I was getting was just one big sort of malty beer with a touch of sort of like grapefruit lingering on the back end, giving it a little bit of bitterness. The more I drink it now, the more I'm getting sort of orange, that orange sort of West Coast sort of feel to it, with a bit of grapefruit, and which goes into a little bitterness as well. There's maybe, as you drink it, I was just thinking, I got a big note of sort of caramel on the nose. And I was just thinking then, am I getting that? And while I had that mouthful, you could say in with that maltiness is a subtle sort of caramel sweetness going along with it. Very smooth, very drinkable. It's a good beer. Don't get me wrong, flavour wise, it's not a wow beer by any means, but it's a drinkable beer. Pleasant enough. I think initially I was thinking you really don't get that ABV in this. I think that, and again now, the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm picking it up. But I wouldn't say you're getting this massive hit of 8%. It feels like something's about 6% ABV. You do get that essence of it being that little bit stronger, but you certainly wouldn't sit there and think, my God, this is 8%, this beer. Very easy drinking. Like I say, you don't really get the 8%. I think maybe that feel of sort of booziness comes in when the citrus notes and the grapefruit sort of thing starts coming in, and you get that bit of bitterness on the back end. I think that's where it comes in. You know, it's not a wow beer by any means. Like I said, I paid about £3 for this. But it's a decent beer without making you go, wow. It's, how can I put it? Well, it's a standard double IPA, traditional in a sense. So with it being like that, for me, it's never going to have that wow factor. But what it is, there's nothing nasty in there. It's got a great body, carbonation's good, it drinks very easy. I'm not going to say there's no sign of 8% in this beer. Some basic, simple flavours, but nice and well done, really. So I can't really knock it. So depending on what sort of double IPAs you like, if you like that sort of more traditional thing, or sort of like a standard IPA just with some ramped up ABV, you're going to love this and it's a banger. If you like your hazy ones, obviously you're going to be disappointed. But when you're picking up something like this from an airport for something like £3 it was, honestly, what do you expect? Honestly, I think it was 12 zloty or something. Or was it 16 zloty for 4 bits? 12 zloty. 12 zloty for 12 zloty something for 4 beers. So yeah, it's ridiculous price, wasn't it? No, was it? No, it wasn't that, was it, Baz? What was it? It worked out about £3 anyway. But for me, yeah, a decent drop. Sort of very sort of traditional, if you like. Even a touch, a little West Coast feel in there. But yeah, that's a decent beer. A decent beer. Not as good for me, personally, as the double New England IPA that I had. But that's still a very decent beer. And you won't go wrong with that. If you like them strong, you like them like that, you're going to love it. If you've had it before, by the way, Browar, zamkowy, Cieszyn double IPA. Let me know your thoughts on it. So I'm going to stop talking, 11.5 minutes in. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.